And we're back. It is game two of the NBA Finals between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs, live from San Antonio, Texas, at the Frost Bank Center. Game two tipping off here shortly. Game one was an ugly game. Terrible shooting by both sides. For three quarters, it was really ugly. And then what happened, I think, is that the Knicks smelled blood and they just wanted it more, while the Spurs couldn't really find their game. And in the end, the Knicks took game one by 10. It'll be the same starting lineups, I guess, tonight. There have been no announcements of injuries or uh, anybody being held out. I'm trying to get the box score up, but we'll do that as soon as we get a chance. And yeah, the Spurs looked really bad in game one, Victor particularly. And the thing was, it wasn't great defense on the part of the Knicks or the Spurs that made the Knicks and the Spurs shoot so poorly. They were both getting wide open looks at the basket, and the ball just wasn't going through the hoop. Now, I don't know if that was jitters or nerves or I don't know what that was, to be honest, but it certainly did not look like the two best teams in the country, the representatives of the Eastern and Western conferences. And I expect both teams to shoot better tonight. In fact, game one should be the worst shooting game of this entire series. I don't think they can shoot worse than that. Certainly not without people getting a little turned off. It was hard to watch, if I'm honest. It wasn't really a pleasure to call either. But hey, that happens. This is a nerve-wracking time. And to be in the finals is rare air. Certainly for the Knicks it is. And for the Spurs, it has been many years. They're about to announce the starting lineups for the New York Knickerbockers. It will be Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Ananobi, and Carl Anthony Towns. Towns at 7 foot 290, 248, sorry, out of Kentucky. Their big man who is able from the outside. In fact, they've been placing him up outside of the three-point line in a similar fashion as Hartenstein did for the Thunder in the previous round. It's kind of a point forward position or a point center position, as these big men will pull Vic away from the basket, and then guards will come curling around as fast as they can, and they'll flip them to them, and they'll hope to charge down the lane. Vic being pulled out, that gives them a chance to score against the remaining Spurs defense. This tactic worked successfully for the Knicks in game one, and I am sure that the Spurs looked at video and will be addressing that later in the game, in the fourth of game one. In fact, Vic did not stay with the perimeter defender and ended up rolling toward the basket. I wonder if we'll see more of that based on who the shooter is. Now, in game one, too, another thing that happened was Jalen Brunson in the first half left the game with an apparent injury. So I don't know how bad it was or what it was, because, again, I don't watch any television. I don't read any of the stuff that comes out on ESPN or any of that. So I only just watch the games and call them like I see them. Here come the Spurs. It'll be De'Aaron Fox starting at guard. Julian Champagny, who has earned the starting position from Harrison Barnes this year. An incredible year for Julian Champagny. Most improved Spur, we call him. Devin Vassell, who has proven himself on defense to be very effective. Stephon Castle in his second year, a year that has made him a nationwide household name, Stephon Castle. And now everybody puts their finger up. Number one, Victor Wembanyama at center. Gives his low fives, his mid fives, and his high fives as the Spurs now do their daps and prepare to tip this game off. Mitch Johnson in his first finals appearance as a head coach. You know, I watched some footage of Mitch Johnson playing basketball at Stanford over the break since the last game. And Stanford, you know, that's a brainy place. You got to think the kid's got some smarts. KJ now leading the Spurs in a little hype before the game starts. They're showing stats, but honestly, You can throw all this stuff out the window. This is the NBA Finals. Each game is its own thing. Each team adapts to the previous game. I don't think that we should be looking at anything other than the 48 minutes that are happening in front of us. And that is indeed what I try to do here as the Road Spur. Okay, hugs and daps by everybody here. Luke stretching. Champagny and Castle wearing their white t-shirts underneath the white Spurs jerseys. Classic. I can remember Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker in these home whites for many, many years, successful in this NBA. Jalen Brunson handling the ball, making sure it's straight. In an amazing moment of the first game, the first millisecond of the first game, what happened was that Karl Anthony Towns, who I refer to as Cat sometimes, by the way, just so you know, during the game, Karl Anthony Towns was the first player in the playoffs to win a tip against Victor Wembanyama. Victor had beaten everybody at 7'4" and with his shoes probably something like 7'5". And what Towns did was he predicated the jump ball. He tipped it on the way up. He sprang up, timed it, and Vic couldn't get to it when it was at its apex. Pretty rare and interesting move there by Karl Anthony Towns. Anyway, they're getting set to toss it up. Here we go to start game 2, folks. And there it goes up. This time, Victor does control the tip. It'll go back to Fox. Fox will flip it to Castle. Castle looking at his fingers, making sure they're dry, rubs them on his shorts and dribbles across the timeline. He bounce passes it back to Fox. Fox is covered by OG Anunoby. He gets a pick, goes around it, and then passes over to Vassell. Vassell from the three-point line drives down the lane, kicks it out to Vic. Vic goes charging down the lane at Cat, then makes a pass to Champagny, who puts it out to Vassell for a three, and that is splashed. Beautiful ball movement by the San Antonio Spurs to give them a 3-point lead to start this game. Devin Vassell receiving that pass from Champagny under the basket and canning the three. They're playing press defense to start the game in the backcourt. Fox on Brunson. Brunson is hounded by Fox. He gets to the logo. He gets a pick from Anunoby, and now Castle is in his grill. He flips it over to Cat, playing that role I was saying, way outside with Victor covering him. Hand in the face, hand on the elbow, right up in his grill. He makes a cross-court pass to Jalen Brunson, who steps over the line, and they didn't call it. Brunson comes back in and takes a 26-footer and makes it. That was a crazy little sequence. He was out of control, but he buried the jumper. A long down-court pass from Castle to Vassell in the corner. And then he gets it back to Castle. Castle loops it around to Vic. Vic now gets a Champagny, who drives right down the lane and attempts a layup, but is fouled. Champagny saw the lane with Wembanyama pulling Karl Anthony Towns far away. You know, the Spurs could try that same tactic. It is 3-2. Sorry, I haven't done the score yet. It is 3-2, and as Champagny was driving on that, we'll have to see whether it was on the floor or in the air. He was in the act of shooting. Great. So Julian Champagny will go to the line. He makes the first cleanly. And the second to make it 5-2 Spurs with 10:55 remaining in the first quarter. Again, full court press by the Spurs. There's Castle right on Brunson in the backcourt. He's chesting him. He gets it across to the logo. Now they double team Brunson. He is trapped. He tries to make the pass. He does. They get it down to Anunoby under the basket. This is a crazy sequence. The Knicks are spreading the ball all over the place, and then a jump shot by Mikal Bridges misses, rebounded by Fox. Fox comes back the other way super fast, charges right down the lane, has an 8-footer, misses the easy 8-footer, totally uncovered, standing in front of the basket. Oh, my God, what is happening? Just swipe a unbelievable miss. Here comes Brunson. He shoots a three. He is fouled from behind by Castle. That is a shame, my friends. De'Aaron Fox was wide open under the basket and missed a shot that any child could make. That was a bummer. You know what I mean? What is this music? Okay, Knicks have the ball. Did we challenge? We did not challenge, though it is challengeable. And in my opinion, that didn't look great. So what are you going to do? And just like that, I can tell by what's going on here as I call this game is I'm watching the game. It's about 30 seconds behind radio broadcast, as you might imagine. So I can occasionally check the score on the box score, and I'll know when they're making free throws. Jalen is at the line, and I'm aware that he's going to make both. So I'm going to give you that score. I'll come over here to check the stats. Brunson does make the second. It is a tied game, 5-5. Spurs inciting some craziness with their defense. Very exciting to watch. Here comes Castle. He splits the defense. Wow. Castle dribble drive splits between Jalen and Hart and is fouled. That'll be on the floor. It'll be Spurs ball. On the side out. Vassell will inbound it. Vassell pumping, looking for somebody. He gets it to Champagny, who is covered by Brunson. Flips it over to Castle. Dribbling against Hart way up high. He gets it to Fox around the corner. Fox takes a pick from Vic, goes driving down the lane, kicks it out to Vassell. Vassell gets it round to Champagny. Champagny hits a three. So Vassell has one, Champagny has one, and the Spurs lead 8-5. Here come the Knicks. Again, pressed hard by Castle is Brunson. Castle's riding his hip all the way to the hoop. He tries to make a pass, and it is stolen by the Spurs. Great defense by the Spurs. But I'm not sure what's happening. I think they're calling a foul down at this end. Brunson had fallen on the ground, and he tripped Castle as he was trying to make the outlet pass. And I believe they're going to call a foul on Brunson. It was just an accident, incidental contact, but he did foul him. He's lying on the ground when it happens. So Champagny makes the three. Beautiful, pretty. They're showing the replay on that. Here come the Spurs then. It's 8-5 Spurs. Castle crosses the timeline. He gets a double pick from Vic and Champ. He goes down low and tries to shoot over everybody and does score. Crazy shot, double team, makes the banker. 10-5 Spurs. Here come the Knicks. That's Mikal Bridges to Hart. Hart over to Towns. Towns around to OG, who drives the whole way down on Vic. Tries to shoot and misses, but it was an interesting attempt there. He got the ball up over to the rim, over Vic. Vassell trapped at the free throw line. The ball is bouncing all over the place. 9 on the shot clock. Champagny shoots and hits another three. Unreal. Champagny is hot right now from 3-point range. Here come the Knicks. Again, the press is bothering them. They are getting hassled by the press. The Spurs are playing press defense. Now here is Brunson. He's in the middle of the lane. He kicks it all the way out to Anunoby, who pumps, steps back, and then shoots a three and makes it. 13-8. 13-10, rather. Fox gets it over to Castle. Castle's covered by Hart. Hart now Vic. Vic is covered by Towns. He draws a double team. They get it back to Castle, who was wide open for three, but he misses it long. Rebounded by Mikal Bridges. It's 13-10, 8:21 to play. Here come the Knicks. No press this time. Brunson gets it across. He's driving. He goes all the way down the lane and tries to put up a layup. Does not make it. Ends up on the floor. No foul call. There was no foul. Here comes Castle hard the other way. He goes all the way down to the hoop. He misses. There's a scrap for the rebound. It's picked up by Bridges. He flips it up ahead to Brunson. Brunson is covered. He throws up a wild layup attempt that it is blocked out of bounds by Devin Vassell. What nice defense by Devin Vassell. At the 8:02 mark. Brunson trying to go driving all the way on the fast break. Vassell stayed right with him the whole way, bodied him, and then blocked it out of bounds. Very good defense by Devin Vassell, who throughout the playoffs has had multiple critical blocks. The Knicks will inbound with 8:02 to play. It's 13-10 Spurs. Spurs look much more awake on defense tonight, I'll tell you that. It's a massive bodies out there. They bounce pass it into Hart, who is covered by Vic. He goes down the baseline, but he steps out of bounds. That's a turnover for the Knicks. And with 7:59 left, we should probably get a break here soon for the TV timeout. Let's see what happens. Nope, they're going to inbound. And Keldon Johnson will come in the game for the first time. KJ coming in for... I'm not sure who yet. Castle brings it down. Champagny sets a pick for him. He flips it over to KJ. KJ goes driving into the meat of the defense, goes up strong against everybody, can't find anybody, flips it to Vic. Vic comes charging down the lane and makes the dunk. Beautiful. 15-10 Spurs. KJ was in trouble there, and Vic went to him. Excellent play there by Victor and by KJ. Okay, Brunson to Anunoby. Anunoby way outside to Hart for three. Hart misses his first three. That's good. Champagny gets the rebound. He flips it over ahead to Dylan Harper. Harper's in the game. He gets the Castle, who drives all the way down the lane and makes an ill-advised reverse and misses. Brunson coming back the other way. He shoots a three with Champagny in his face and buries it. What a nice shot from Jalen Brunson. Clean swish, 15-13. Spurs lead. Castle dribbling up high. He's covered by Josh. He does a double fake and goes past him, goes all the way into the lane, then gets it out to Champagny, who loops it to Harper. Harper sees a lane all the way to the hole and drives and makes the layup. Nobody had him. Josh is going, what? Josh Hart coming the other way, crosses the timeline on the right-hand side. He is at the Frostbank logo. Cat trying to set a pick, pushing bodies around to Anunoby. Anunoby over to Mikal Bridges. Bridges stepping against Champagny. Now he switches. So it's KJ on Brunt on it's now the ball goes to Cat and Castle's on him. So here goes Hart down the lane, flips it out to Karl Anthony Towns for a three, who misses it, rims out. KJ gets the rebound. Here come the Spurs. 17-13, Spurs. Sorry. Vic has it. He gets it to KJ. KJ with the headband tonight. Gets it to Vic, who shoots a three. He's way off. Long. Didn't look good at all. 17-13. He wasn't in rhythm, and the shot was long. Knicks coming the other way. Here's Hart with the ball. Flips it over to Bridges. Bridges in the lane. Tries to make a cross-court pass to Anunoby. It's tipped by Champagny, but he gets it. They get it over to Towns. Towns covered by Wembanyama up high. Anunoby driving down the lane is immediately met with a double team. They flip it all the way around the horn to Bridges, who then pump fakes, goes down the baseline, gets it all the way up to Hart at the three, who now shoots a free throw, misses. Vic tips the ball to himself, gets it to Dylan Harper. They're driving the other way. It's a fast break. Harper gets it over to Castle under the hole. He is fouled as he goes up, but does not make the layup. The Spurs are very aggressive on both sides of the ball. It's 17-13 with 5:46 to play, and I believe we're going to come to our first break. Here they're showing Vic going down the hole as KJ got trapped and making the slam with the left hand. A nice highlight for Vic early in the game. A very interesting first quarter so far, as the Spurs have played press defense and have been hounding and swatting at the ball, cutting off the lanes. In fact, no pass has been an easy pass for the Knicks thus far. And on the other side, Jalen Brunson, once again, finding spots, making shots. The man is pretty tough to beat. Knicks 13, Spurs 17, 5:46 left in the first quarter. Radio play-by-play. Excuse me. We could take a look at the early box, I suppose. Let's do that. Anunoby has 5. Brunson has 8. They're the only scorers for the Knicks. For the Spurs, it's 8 for Champagny, who is 2 for 2 from 3 and has 2 free throws. Vassell has 3. Wembanyama has a bucket, that dunk. Castle has 1 for 2 points. And Dylan Harper, that layup when he found the lane open. I think what we're seeing early in this game is that a lot of the action is making opportunities for guards, and I think the guard play tonight is going to be some fun stuff to watch. If you like New York basketball, and here I'm talking about college and pro basketball, that guard play is a big deal. In a lot of cities, it's like that. Chicago guards also. And tonight, I think we're going to see some really nice guard play from the likes of Brunson and Harper and Hart and Castle. Okay. They're showing Anunoby trying to drive down the baseline and met by the double team. And the way the Knicks circled the ball all the way around and they got it to Bridges. He tried to go down and he was met by the double team. That is great defense. Team D is the Spurs MVP. That's what I've said for 2 decades. So Castle to the line on that foul as he went to the basket. He misses the first. The Spurs shooting troubles continue. Castle lines it up, takes a second, shoots, and he misses the second one as well. But Champagny goes up and over and taps it off of a Nick, and the Spurs will have the ball. That's great. Great play by Jules Champagny right there. Way to go, Julian. Spurs will inbound from under the basket. Castle has it. He's looking, throws it way up high to Vic. As he receives the ball, he is pushed by Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be a foul on Karl Anthony Towns on the inbound pass. Probably not a good look. They threw it way up high. Cat tried to think he could intercept it, which is crazy talk. He's just not tall enough, and he just hit Luke. And now Luke will go to the line. That was Luke they were throwing it to that whole time. Forgive me. Luke is in for Victor. So that's what made Cat think he could intercept it. But the pass was thrown high enough by Castle that it went over him. And Cornette is at the line, having drawn a foul. He will make one of them. Damn, the Spurs just can't hit. Now the long outlet pass. Here comes Shamet. He tries to make a layup running the other way, and he does. 18-15. What a bucket. Here come the Spurs. Wait, shouldn't that be 15? Oh, a dunk by Dillon, who plows through everybody. It's 20-13, I think. Unless their score is wrong. I'm tired of doing the scoring. It's fucking me up. I'm not watching the game. There's a stop and play. Finally. They're going to show the Dillon dunk. Dillon goes by Shamet. Beats everybody. Goes up, over, and then under, and then over the rim. Over. He goes up. Karl Anthony Towns goes up. He goes under his arm, and then he dunks. Vic is on the bench shaking his head in amazement. Dillon's athleticism. The Knicks will inbound. Brunson looking for somebody. He gets it to Bridges, who will find Towns for 3 way outside. 28-foot jumper, and he splashes it. 20-16 Spurs. Here come the Spurs. Castle coming down. He gets a pick from Luke. He whips it over to Dillon, who will shoot a 3. Terrible shot. Way over to the left. Not even close. Here come the Knicks. That was a bad shot on all counts by Dillon there. There was plenty of time on the shot clock. Shamet will take a crazy 3. It's an air ball that goes over the back of the rim. But there's a foul. I'm not sure what happened. Landry Shamet on the previous play just took off, cherry picking, and they made the outlet pass to him, and he darted past everybody for the layup. Here we have Shamet. Drawing a foul, and they will inbound it. They're changing the inbounder. Jalen doesn't want to throw the ball in anymore. It's going to be Miles McBride, who is out there now for the Knicks. And Carter Bryant is now defending Jalen Brunson. Okay, so it's Luke Cornette, Carter Bryant, Vassell, Fox, and Dillon right now for the Spurs. And it's Karl Anthony Towns getting it to Jalen Brunson, who is covered by Dillon very tightly. Spurs defenses. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. They forced another turnover by the Knicks as Jalen Brunson, covered very tightly on defense by Dylan Harper, stepped out of bounds as he was attempting to, yeah, there it is, stepped right out of bounds. Okay, here come the Spurs. Fox looking, trying to find somebody. He gets it to Carter, who's charging down the lane, attempting something, and he stripped. A crazy play there by Carter Bryant. Coming back the other way, it is McBride dribbling, covered by Dylan Harper. So Jalen getting a rest now. Karl Anthony Towns, covered by Luke, goes at him strong to the hoop and makes the layup. There is no foul called, though Towns ends up on the ground. Dylan Harper now coming back the other way. It is 20-18 to Fox. Fox dribbles between his legs, gets it back to Harper. Harper over to Vassell, who'll shoot a deep three, way long off the rim. Here come the Knicks with a chance to tie or take the lead. Oh, Brunson is back out there. He spins on Carter. He is covered by Carter Bryant. He gets a pick from Towns. Now Luke Cornett just trying to go around and play through the pick, knocks Jalen Brunson down, and that'll be a foul on Luke Cornett. Brunson's so fast. Cornett tried to play through the screen, swipe at the ball, and it's good hard overplay, but Brunson way too fast. He gets knocked to the ground. It's 20-18 Spurs, 3:55 to play. Here come the Knicks. Side out, Brunson will inbound. He's covered by Carter Bryant. He gets it to Bridges, back to Brunson. Brunson driving. He sees a lane. No, can't find it. Takes a shot from above the free throw line. Misses it long, but it's batted around, and the Knicks get the rebound. There goes McBride for a jumper. It rims out. Luke Cornett corrals the rebound, gets it to Carter Bryant, and here come the Spurs. Bryant makes a crazy pass, but it's fine to Fox. Fox crosses, dribbles. He's in the lane. He's in the paint, trying to find somebody. He's triple teamed, and he takes a shot and makes a sweet banker. Fox there kept his head while under pressure. It's 22-18. Here come the Knicks. Full court press by the Spurs again. Fox in the backcourt covering Shamet. Here comes Shamet going all the way to the hole, and he is blocked or met, and I believe it's just an out of bounds. That was a good defensive play. Unless they call a foul, I'm not sure. Let's see what happened here. Scott Foster out there pointing. Looks like they're lining up for a free throw. So I guess Shamet will be going to the line. He will. Oh, it's not Shamet. It's Mitchell Robinson going to the line. So the foul was by Luke over Mitchell Robinson, number 23. Their big man, Mitchell Robinson. Not a great free throw shooter, though. 7 foot 240 out of Pensacola, Florida. He has the lowest free throw percentage in NBA history. He'll take the first one and makes it. I did the reverse broadcaster's jinx there. 3:25 to play in the first quarter. The Spurs lead by 3. They have been playing press defense. They have been active. Mitchell Robinson, the worst free throw shooter in the league, is lining up his second free throw after making the first. Second one, front rimmed hard, no arc at all. Terrible shot. Rebounded by Vassell, who flips it to Dylan Harper, who is playing point guard now. Here comes Harper across the timeline. Luke is out there trying to set a pick for him. Harper plays hard off the chest of Brunson. They bounce off each other. Now he gets a pick from Vassell, loops it over to Carter Bryant. Bryant gets it back to Vassell. Vassell driving all the way down the lane, tries a right-handed layup and makes it. Beautiful. Ends up on the floor, no foul called. Here come the Knicks. Brunson, covered by Vassell in the backcourt, gets to the logo, flips it over. Sorry, that wasn't Brunson. Now Brunson to Shamet, but there's another foul called. That was McBride. Number 2 is Miles McBride, who's been getting a lot of minutes here, and I'm not familiar with him, so forgive me if I get them confused. Number 5 is Jose Alvarado, and number 11 is Jalen Brunson. The 3 guards, they're showing Vassell's beautiful drive. They swiped at him twice, and he got it past everybody on the high arcing layup on the right-hand side. That'll bring us to a break in the action. Let's take a look at some stats. It's 24-19 Spurs with 2:56 to play. For the New York Knickerbockers, Jalen Brunson has 8. Karl Anthony Towns has 5, including a 3-pointer. OG Anunoby has 5. For the Spurs, Julian Champagny with 3, Devin Vassell with 5, And Dylan Harper's got a couple of buckets, 4 points. Vassell has a block. Fox has a block. And we can take a look at some team stats. Much better shooting tonight. Thank you, both of you teams. You were so horrible in the first game. It was embarrassing to watch. The Knicks are shooting 6 of 17, 35.3%. Well, they're not shooting great, frankly. And 50% from 3, though, as they are 3 for 6 from 3. And 4 of 5 from the line, 80%. The Spurs, 9 of 16 from the field. Thank you, 56.3%. Well up from the 30 and 29 they were shooting in game 1. They are 3 for 7 from 3, thanks to Julian Champagny and Devin Vassell. That's 42%, 43% nearly from 3. And they're struggling at the free throw line, having made only half of their 6 free throws, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Rebounding, total rebounds are even, 9 each. Offensive rebounds, 1 for the Knicks, none for the Spurs. Spurs lead in assists 6-3. Knicks have 2 turnovers. The Spurs 1, but the points off turnovers are the same, so it's irrelevant, really. Knicks have 3 fast break points. One was that Shamet outlet cherry picked as Towns found him going deep down the right-hand side. He went up for the layup. Let's see here. Maybe we should take a look at some fouls for the Knicks. Anybody in foul trouble? Josh Hart has 2 for the Spurs. Luke Cornett has 2. So in the early going, there's a couple of people with a couple of fouls, but no real pressure. It is a 5-point game, and we are at the break here in the first quarter, 24-19. All right, we come back with Mitchell Robinson back at the line. This might be Hack-a-Shack stuff. What a terrible brick he throws up. The ball just goes straight at the front of the rim, hits the front of the rim, and goes down. That's how poor of a free throw shooter Mitchell Robinson is. He is a great liability. This is a real Hack-a-Shack situation for later in the game. Mitchell will look at the second free throw, shoot it. It's long this time. Again, no arc, though. Rebounded by Cornett. Cornett, looking up ahead, gets it to Fox. Fox dribbles, crosses the timeline on the right-hand side, and is at the Frostbank logo, dribbling between the legs. Gets a pick from Vassell, another one from Luke, flips it over to Vassell, who will pump fake a 3, step in, but then get it to Fox. He's covered, takes a shot, splashes the three-pointer from 26 feet, does De'Aaron Fox. Now here come the Knicks. Again, there's a press in the backcourt by the Spurs. Brunson will bring it across the timeline. There's a foul away from the ball. They're going to hack a Shack. That's what they're doing. They are hacking Mitchell Robinson and sending him to the line. Unbelievable. The Spurs have returned to hack a Shack. Only it's hack a Mitch. Hack a Mitch is what's up. Hack a Mitch. And Mitch will, if they're going to only make 1 point and we're going to make 2 or 3 every time, that's a 4-point turnaround, isn't it? He shoots a terrible free throw, but it bounces and goes in. How about that? He gets a roll. The Hack-a-Mitch is worth at least 1 this time. I am surprised by that so early in the game, but it is interesting that it's available as an option. Now, Luke Cornett will leave the game with 2:29 to play in the first quarter, bringing Victor Wembanyama back in the game. Harper remains out there, however. Mitchell lining up the second free throw. He'll take the shot, and he makes the second one as well. Good for him. Hack-a-Mitch foiled there. by Mitchell Robinson. Here comes Fox. He's at the top of the three-point line. He gets a pick from Vic, goes around it down the left-hand side, goes all the way for the layup and makes it. He timed it beautifully in that case. 29-21. Here comes Jalen Brunson. He's covered by Dylan Harper. This is the stuff we really like. Harper on Brunson. They're just, he's got him right on his hip. He's right with him. Champagny is trying to prevent. Now there's a double team. Beautiful. The double team with Champagny and Harper forces Jalen Brunson to try to kick the ball out. And the Spurs kick it out of bounds. So Knicks have 9 on the shot clock, 2 minutes on the game clock, and Jalen Brunson will be inbounding the ball. Brunson covered by Dylan Harper. Gets it into OG Anunoby. Anunoby back to Brunson, now covered by Vassell. He's dribbling against Vassell, way out by the logo. He's right on his hip, though. Brunson pushes him, goes all the way down the middle of the lane, takes a shot from the free throw line, misses, rebounded by Harper, who comes flying in, gets it way ahead to Vassell. Vassell, alley-oop pass to De'Aaron Fox, who's ahead, catches it and makes the layup. Alley-oop layup style, we could say. Beautiful defensive and offensive sequence by the Spurs. Here come the Knicks. Champagny right on OG Anunoby, on Brunson rather. Brunson gets it to Shamet. Shamet over to OG. OG with Fox on him. Fox slaps at it and strips it away. 7 on the shot clock. Now Champagny is on OG. OG goes into the middle of the lane. He stops the free throw line. Makes a pass to Mitchell down low, who makes the dunk. Mitchell was covered there by Champagny. Way too much size. Fox coming the other way. He loses the handle, but he gets it back. Oh, no. Vic fell down, but now he gets the ball. He gets it over to Champagny, and he gets it back. 12 on the shot clock. Vic going one-on-one against Mitchell Robinson. In the lane. Turns. Spins. He is fouled. And the Knicks are asking who did it. Jalen Brunson was charging down past Vassell and shot a leaning forward free throw attempt, basically, from the free throw line, left side of it, that missed. And that set the Spurs on their fast break, which led to the Fox alley-oop layup. Victor at the line now, having been fouled. He misses the first free throw. Unbelievable. The Spurs free throw shooting continues to be a real problem in the finals. Let's take a look and see who that foul was on, by the way. That's going to be... I think that was on Mitchell Robinson. Yeah. Vic takes a deep breath, spins the ball, and shoots the second free throw and hits it. It is a 9-point game with 1 minute left. Here comes Brunson charging down with Fox on him. Anunoby comes up and... that's McBride, not Brunson. McBride. McBride has it, covered by Dylan Harper now. McBride looking for somebody, and he went over and back. His foot slipped and crossed the line. Spurs press defense is working pretty well here today. They're going to show this again because I'm not sure he did do that, but it looked like he went out of bounds. That's challengeable, but they're not going to challenge. Not enough time anyway. The Spurs inbound. Dylan gets to Vic. Vic to Fox. Fox at the Frostbank logo on the right-hand side, covered by Anunoby. 16 on the shot clock, 41 on the game clock. Vic comes out, sets a pick for him. 10 on the shot clock. Fox dribbles, drives, penetrates. The ball is stripped from him. Here come the Knicks going the other way. Brunson running on a 3-on-2. Pass it over to Shamet, who makes the layup. It's 32-25. 24 on the shot clock, 31 on the game clock. They picked his pocket again. De'Aaron Fox is having a terrible finals against the New York Knicks. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. Here comes Fox. He's got his hand up. He's saying, let's calm down. Let's run the offense. 13 on the shot clock. He's just dribbling at the logo. Now he goes flying by OG, flips it out to Vic. Vic takes his time. Pump fakes a 3, then goes driving down the line and makes a layup. The pump fake had Mitchell on his, basically, now there's 11 seconds for the Knicks to come up. Jalen Brunson crosses. He's over at the right-hand side logo, now at the three-point line. Dribbles between his legs. Step back for a deep 3. He is off. Vic gets the rebound. There's 0.6 seconds. He'll shoot a three-quarter shot. It'll bounce off the top of the backboard. It is 34-25 to end the first quarter. Vic pump faked that 3 wide open. Mitchell Robinson came charging out to him, and then that was just the end. Vic drove all the way down and made a layup. Using the right hand on the left-hand side, but he's tall enough. Nobody can reach it. He's playing ball above their heads when he's doing that. That was a great pump fake by Victor Wembanyama. And at the end of the first quarter, it's 34-25 Spurs. Oh, I forgot to hit thing on that. I am the Road Spur, and this is the NBA Finals, Game 2. This is the first half. The first quarter has just come to an end. It has been press defense by the Spurs, which has been impressive, forcing the Knicks into missing a lot of shots, but they fight their way back. We're going to run down some stats, but first we're going to have blackberries and limeade, which is our usual. Want a blackberry? Want a blackberry? Okay. Second quarter time. The Knicks are shooting just 38% from the field. They've hit only 8 shots on 21 attempts. The Spurs, by comparison, are torching it, shooting 65%. They've made 13 of their 20 attempts. The Knicks are 3 for 7 from three-point range. That's 43%, roughly. Spurs are 4 for 8, 50%. Where the Spurs are leaving the points is at the free throw line, where they've missed half their free throws. They're 4 for 8. And despite using Hack-a-Mitch, the updated version of Hack-a-Shaq on Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks are shooting a better free throw percentage. They've made 6 of their 9 free throws. And you know what? I say congrats to Mitchell Robinson for that. If someone's going to hack you on purpose, you got to make them both until they stop hacking you on purpose. That's how Hack-a-Shaq worked. And that's how Hack-a-Mitch is supposed to work. And when the pressure, what we've learned is later in the game that could happen. Here come the Knicks. They inbound the ball. It's going to be Hart bringing up. That's Jose Alvarado who has entered the game now, number 5. Alvarado has it against Champagny. He's working his way, dribbling, gets it to Cat way up high, flips it around to Shamet for 3. He misses, falls down, no foul called. Flopper. Here comes Dillon the other way, back to Champagny. Champagny back to Dillon. Dillon to Vic. Vic gets it back to Dillon. Dillon looking for a way to drive, can't find it. Gets it to Castle for a 3 attempt from the corner, and he swishes it. Nice jumper by Stephon Castle. Here comes Jose Alvarado, covered by Stephon Castle. He drives hard past him, goes all the way to the lane, then makes the pass for the outlet to the corner. They lope it around to McBride. McBride covered by Castle. Castle now gets it to Towns. Towns covered by Vic. He steps back for 3 and splashes it. What a pretty shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Here come the Spurs. Castle playing point. Gets it up to Vic, way up high by the logo. Vic dribbling. He's got Cat out there with him. Back to Castle, covered by Shamet. Shamet pokes at it, almost gets it away. Castle has it, steps right, gets a pick from Champagny. He has 2 guys now. Champagny is wide open for 3. He'll throw it to him for that shot, but he's long. Vic gets the rebound, taps it back out to Stephon Castle. Gets back to Vic, back to Castle. Castle, pump fake a deep 3, go charging down the lane with a tent. And he gets met at the lane, blocked, outlet pass to Alvarado at the other end will take a 3 all by himself. Damn you, Stephen Curry, in a 1-on-3 attempt. Alvarado just shot a 3. Vic at the other end will shoot a 3. Damn you, Stephen Curry. God, I hate these 3s with so much time on the shot clock. Neither team shooting well. Here comes Brunson. He is met by KJ, who is out there now. And the switch means Castle is on Towns. Towns will get it immediately. The mismatch is there. He'll charge against Castle, go up high and shoot with his left hand. And he misses the layup, but a foul is called. Castle is saying, I didn't even touch him. How is it a foul? He hit me in the face. They're showing Castle's pump fake, which got Jose Alvarado in the air, and him going all the way down the lane, met and blocked by Shamet. What a brilliant defensive play by Landry Shamet, who met Castle right in the lane and rejected him and hit the ball back right into Towns' hands. But at the other end, Castle's talking to the ref saying, I didn't foul this guy. And it'll be Karl Anthony Towns at the line on the missed layup attempt. He'll be shooting 2. With 10-12 to play in the second, he makes the first. In 10 minutes, Karl Anthony Towns has 9 points. He's 3 for 4 from the field. He's having a fine game and has 4 rebounds. He looks to line up the next free throw. Dribbles once, shoots, and scores. 37-30. Here come the Spurs. Vic inbounds to Dylan Harper. Dill crosses the timeline, dribbles, tries to go past McBride, goes behind his back in the lane. Oh, what a beautiful sequence. And McBride pokes the ball away. Dillon went behind his back and was making his move. Sexy as all hell. And McBride got his hand in there, poked it. It hit his knee and went out of bounds. A brilliant turnover forced by Miles McBride out of Cincinnati, Ohio, where he was born. Went to school in West Virginia. He's 25 years old, 6'2". It'll be Knicks ball. Spurs press again. Here comes Jose Alvarado with Castle on him. The 2 number 5s playing each other. Alvarado crosses the timeline. Castle is pressing him hard. He goes past him, though, and gets all the way down the middle of the lane, and Vic will reject that. You're not allowed to go down the lane like that with Vic roaming. Vic gets his first block, and it'll be on Jose Alvarado, who got past Castle. Speedy, these guards. He thought he had a layup, and Vic just said, no. That's not how this goes down here. They got me down here. Knicks will inbound. They get it to Towns. Towns hops into the lane and dunks it. He makes a crazy little move on the baseline, and it works beautifully for him. Towns gets him within 5. Here comes Dylan Harper coming back the other way. He's charging down the lane, trying to score all by himself. A stupid shot attempt. Missed wildly. The Knicks get the rebound. I'm disappointed in Dylan. A spin move in the lane, passed out to the corner. That'll be a 3 attempt. It'll be missed by McBride. Spurs get the rebound. They're running. Castle going hard the other way in the lane. And he is fouled as he attempts to make a layup. It'll be either Shamet or Miles McBride. The pace of the game is torrid with 9:21 to play here in the second. They're showing Castle going up. He is met by Jose Alvarado, who hacks his hand and pulls him down. I mean, that's possibly reviewable. Now they're showing the replay of this beautiful hop step move by, look at this. What an impressive little, that's a travel, actually. I'm pretty sure that was a travel, friends. I'd like to see that again. But he made a little hop step down the baseline, did Karl Anthony Towns, as Castle makes the first free throw. Somebody look at that again and tell me that wasn't a travel. That was a travel, dude. But that's okay. He's a superstar. Remember what we said? We don't mind. The superstars get to do that kind of stuff. 9:21 to play, 38-32 Spurs. Second free throw for Stefan Castle, as he was hacked hard by Jose Alvarado on the fast break layup attempt. The Spurs are fielding Fox and Castle at the moment, along with Dylan Harper. It's the 3-guard offense, and Victor Wembanyama out there with Champagny for 3s. An interesting lineup, but it speeds up the game. Everybody moving fast now. Oh, Harrison Barnes has come in. Things will slow down as the old man is in there. The free throw drops 39-32. The Knicks will inbound with 9:21 to play here in the second. For the Knicks, it's Karl Anthony Towns, Alvarado, McBride, Hart, who drives hard against Vic and is met. Now here's McBride. He's a crafty little fellow with the ball. He gets the ball down low beautifully on a pass over the top to Towns, who makes a layup Cannot be covered by Castle there. Castle coming back now. Gets it to Vic, way up high by the outside the arc. Flips it over to Champagny, to Vic, back to Stefan Castle, dribbling, looking for a lane. Stops at the free throw line and shoots, but he is long and to the left. Rims out. Carl Anthony Towns rebounds, gets it to Alvarado ahead. Back to Towns. That was Hart, rather. They're both wearing black headbands today. Okay, over to Alvarado, back to McBride. McBride shoots the deep, crazy length three with Victor in his face. Long, of course, and misses. Here comes Castle the other way. Gets to Champagny. Champagny to Fox. Fox gets to... Vic was asking for it. Fox blew the pass. Oh, my God. Vic was asking for it, and Fox blew the pass. Fox is having a terrible finals, my friends. The rhythm is just not there. Now, Carl Anthony Towns takes a 31-foot three-pointer. Insane shot, front rims, and misses, but they did score previously. Fox is getting harassed, and they're not calling a foul. And he drives down the lane and finally makes a pretty little jumper. The Spurs are like, how is he not getting a foul call here? Is he going to get one on the drive? Maybe a make-good call on the drive. I'm not sure. They're showing Fox coming down. He almost loses it. They're grabbing his hand, but they're pretending like they're not, so there's no call. Then McBride gets him. He's grabbing his hand. He goes all the way down the lane and finally makes a bucket. Maybe the pressure, and he is fouled by McBride, so he will go to the line. Maybe the pressure of these guards harassing him will wake De'Aaron Fox up because he has missed wide-open 8-foot jumpers. He has missed layups. He has missed passes to the tallest player in the entire NBA. Just now, Vic was asking for the ball. If it had been Dillon or Stefan or any of the guards, they would have put it right there and he would have dunked that. Fox threw it into the bottom of the sideboard. I mean, he's not found the rhythm. De'Aaron Fox has not been found. He makes the free throw, though. Let's hope that helps. 42-34 Spurs. Here comes Alvarado. Crosses the timeline. He's got Castle on him. He's also pretty speedy. Boy, these guards are quick. They get it to Hart. Hart is covered by Fox. Back to Alvarado. Alvarado directing traffic. He's asking for Towns to come out. Towns waves for... Meanwhile, Castle pokes it back into the backcourt. Now they're coming down with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Alvarado has to take a crazy shot from the corner, and he will miss. He jumps into Castle, and they're going to call a foul. This is a terrible call. There was 3 seconds on the shot clock. Castle standing next to him with his hands up. Challenge it! Damn you, Mitch! Look, Wow. Maybe don't challenge it. Castle will go to the bench, and the free throw, first one, is made by Jose Alvarado. 42-35, 7-point game. 7:38 to play. And Alvarado misses the second free throw. That's helpful. Jose Alvarado, one of the bench players getting significant minutes, makes the third free throw. It's a 6-point game. Castle has 3 fouls and has gone to the bench. Here's Fox crossing the logo. He's covered by Alvarado. He slips a screen, steps back for a free throw length, misses, not even close. Clang off the iron. Didn't look good. Rebounded by the Knicks. It's Hart over to Cat. Cat gets it to Alvarado way up high. He's setting a pick for him now is Karl Anthony Towns. Alvarado tries to go around it. Spurs play good defense. Now Karl Anthony Towns is down low, covered by Fox. Fox leaps up and almost intercepts it. He's triple teamed. He gets it over to Mikal Bridges for 3, and he's going to hit that. What a sequence by the Knicks there. The Spurs collapsed on Karl Anthony Towns, so he couldn't go up, and he found the open shooter. There's going to be a timeout with 7 minutes and 1 second to play. It's a 3-point ball game. The high pass was nearly intercepted by Fox. There's 4 Spurs around Karl Anthony Towns. Vassell, Champagny, Luke, and Fox. That means there's shooters open everywhere. You got to get that ball. And what he did instead was got that ball out. And the 3 went down. So I think it's 7:01 to play. And a 3-point game, my meine Freunde. 239. Castle's on the bench with 3 fouls. He's playing extremely great aggressive defense tonight. But that last one was a bummer of a call because he got up in the air, flew into the space of the three-point shooter, and that wasn't good. For the Knicks, Josh Hart has yet to score. He's 0 for 2. Anunoby has 5. Karl Anthony Towns has 14. Jalen Brunson, 8. Miles McBride off the bench has 10. He's doing it. Mitchell Robinson has 5. 3 of those are from free throws. For the Spurs, Champagny with 8. Vassell with 5. Victor Wembanyama with 5. Castle with 7. De'Aaron Fox with 12. Harper with 4. Nice round scoring. But again, De'Aaron Fox has not found his rhythm. It is apparent. I'm going to turn the temperature down. It's getting warm in here, my friends. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Vic is 2 for 4, 4 boards and 5 points. Towns 5 for 7, 5 boards and 14 points. Here comes Fox. He's at the logo, dribbling. Cornette is in there now as Vic takes a rest, as is Harrison Barnes. Cross-court pass to Dylan Harper, who drives down the baseline and makes a reverse layup. Very pretty bucket. They left him open. Here come the Knicks. Brunson is back out there, but it's Bridges who brings it across the timeline. He's covered by Fox, looking for Karl Anthony Towns. No, Mitchell Robinson, rather, who's out there now. Robinson gets it over to Hart. Hart back to Jalen. Jalen carving through the lane, steps back, puts the ball up, doesn't shoot. He's double covered. Flips it over to OG Anunoby, covered by Vassell. 1 on the shot clock. He will not get it off, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Good defense by the San Antonio Spurs. Swarming OG Anunoby there. An empty trip. 6:24 to play. Turnovers are equal, 4-4. Fox is at the logo. He is met on our side. Then drives all the way to the hoop, and nobody gets to him, but he misses the layup again. Just can't find it. Jalen Brunson, meanwhile, comes charging back. He's picking his way through the entire lane. Tries to make a cross-court pass. OG will take a 3. He's going to miss. Rebounded by Dylan Harper. It's a 3-on-2 fast break. Harper coming right down the middle of the lane. He fumbles the ball, but gets it over to Vassell, who will shoot a 3. He's short. That 3-on-2 was a terrible run by the Spurs. Here comes Jalen Brunson back the other way. He's in the lane. Luke intercepts his pass. Dylan Harper coming the other way. It's 1-on-1. Dylan Harper to the hole. He is not fouled. Does not make the layup. Falls on the ground. Here come the Knicks. Hart gets the ball over to Bridges, who cans a 3-pointer and makes it a 2-point game with 5:30 to play. Dumb decision-making by young Spurs, we can say that. And a miss again by Fox. Over to Harper for 3. He misses. Luke knocks it out of bounds on the rebound. Dylan Harper went up 1-on-1 against OG Anunoby. There was no foul called. Anunoby hit the ball, did not hit his hand. That's a clean block. And coming the other way, Mikal Bridges just canned a 3 to put the Knicks within 2. The Knicks will inbound now. Victor is back out there as Luke goes to the bench. That brief break is over. Vassell picks the pocket of, yes, he does, but he is tripped in the center of the court. They're going to call a foul, right? Why didn't they call a foul? They didn't call a foul? Come on, somebody challenge it. He picked his pocket, and then the player grabbed his foot and tripped him. It was Josh Hart. He picks Josh's pocket. He's going after the ball. As he's going after the ball, Hart trips him. Hart grabs his leg and trips him. Challenge this thing. Mitch, challenge it. Is that Tony Brothers? Oh, my God. Tony Brothers is out there. They're challenging it. Hart's trying to say, before I tripped him, some stuff happened. Tony Brothers is coming over to the screen. He's telling everybody. Tony Brothers, the most hated man in San Antonio, has called an official review. You want to talk about a make-good call. This is the make-good call of all make-good calls. Your reputation is on the line after the Western Conference Finals. So you're making sure you make a big published show. Look at you. And he's always goofing and mugging for the camera. None of that this time, Tony Brothers. You clown. You embarrassment to humanity. Be a ref. Be a professional, you clown. Oh, this is hilarious. This is the most make-good call in the history of make-good calls, as Tony Brothers is going to step up and be the man. What a joke. What a joke you are, dude. I don't care if you've been a ref for 15 years. I've seen you blow it over and over again. I've seen you clown around with the players over and over again. You're an embarrassment to professionalism. He just called it an official review so nobody would have to review it. Like he's doing the Spurs a favor for calling what actually happened on the court, right? Oh, I hate these people. It's a long time out. This is the kind of stuff I wished Mitch would learn. He never challenges in the first half. And I'm going to say that that is a huge mistake that is leaving points out there, leaving timeouts out there, and allowing opposing coaches who do use them an advantage. I've seen it with my own eyes. I saw it first in November against J.J. Redick and the Lakers, and I saw it in the Western Conference Finals twice. Our staff is not competent with the use of the challenge. Tony Brothers back to put his face after review. The crowd is applauding, so he must have said the right thing. Look at his mea culpa, huh? This guy. Tony Brothers. What a joke. But he makes the right call, and Josh Hart will now have 3 fouls. So Hart and Castle will be starting the second half with 3 fouls. It's a 2-point game. Vassell was going, too, you know. He had that pocket picked. He was going to go for a dunk. So they're going to call that a 1 and a flagrant. So the Spurs will get a free throw and the ball. And what's ridiculous about that is Mitch Johnson and the staff did not challenge. Oh, my God. They're so incompetent at the challenge. It's unbelievable. The refs, and Tony Brothers at that. In a desperate attempt to save his reputation, Tony Brothers made the call. It is a failing of the staff for the Spurs this season. They have not understood how to use the challenge, and it has been detrimental more than once. Tonight, though, it results in 2 free throws and the ball. Thanks to Tony Brothers, huh? They're all going to look at Tony Brothers different now. He's such a nice, what a good guy. He did that for us. After the joke of a unprofessional behavior this man has had for 15 years in the game. Spurs will inbound. Here comes Dylan Harper. He gets it to KJ, who's in there now. He's covered by OG Anunoby. Makes a pass over to Vic. Vic is isolated with Mitchell Robinson. He steps toward him, dribbles, puts the ball on the floor, steps back, throws it cross-court pass to Champagny, who takes a 3. He's covered. It's long. Fighting for the rebound is KJ, but there's going to be a foul on the floor as KJ goes over the top, I believe. Or no, they're calling it on the Knicks. How about that? It's going to be on Shamet. Landry Shamet went over his back, I guess. I didn't really see it, but it'll be Spurs ball. 4-point game, 4:56 to play. Spurs will inbound. It's Champagny KJ, Dylan, Vassell, Vic. Well, I don't know what's going on now. They were going to side out, and now they're giving him a shot. Oh, Mitchell and Wembanyama were fighting for position, and they have given a technical foul to Mitchell Robinson. Something he did. It could be that he punched him in the nuts. I don't know, but they were scrapping, and he got hit with the old Teco. They're showing it now. He's pushing Vic. Vic trying to get position, pushing him back. He's leaning into him. This guy's grabbing his arm. Yeah, I'm not sure how you call this stuff, but they're giving him a tech. So 47-42 Spurs. Here comes Dylan Harper. He goes behind the back, stops at the free throw line. He's picked up his dribble, and of course throws a pass that's intercepted because he had no idea what he was doing. Going the other way as OG drives all the way to the other end and is fouled, though he was going 1-on-3. Somehow the Spurs fouled him. It's going to be on Vassell, I believe. Dylan Harper, rookie, looking around, then throws a lazy looper out to the to Vassell, intercepted by OG, who says, I'm going the whole way. I don't care who's in front of me. Vassell tries to get the ball. He gets a lot of ball, but he gets a lot of arm too. OG shoots the first free throw and makes it. It'll be a 4-point game. Let's see here. 47-43, 4:45 to play in the second quarter. OG shoots the second free throw and makes that. 47-44 Spurs. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Dylan Harper bringing it up. He gets a pick from KJ. Doesn't really take it. He's got Shamet on him. Now here comes Vic. He flips it over to Champagny. Champagny sees a lane, flips it up for Vic for the alley-oop, but he can't get it. Oh, boy, they're just not finding him. He misses the layup, but he's fouled on the way up by OG Anunoby. So that's going to be Vic at the line, I believe, on the alley-oop attempt. It is 4:28 to play. Man, they just can't get him the ball. And OG tries to stop what would be the dunk or layup. Nothing you can do there. You're just a lot shorter than he is. Vic better hit these free throws. He has been struggling. Takes a deep breath, spins the ball, lines it up, and misses it long. Wow. You know, we talk about their youth all the time, and one of the things is that free throws for young players late in the season, late in the finals, or in the March Madness, right? It's the disciplined teams who hit free throws that move on, isn't it? Vic closes his eyes, raises his shoulders, takes a deep breath, lines up the shot, and makes the second one. Man, the net hardly moved on the second one. Very clean jumper there. Here come the Knicks. It's Brunson. He's covered by Dylan, way out by the logo. He's directing traffic, wants Karl Anthony Towns up high, but they play through it. Dylan stays with him. He goes down the lane. He tries to drive, flips it over to Shamet. Shamet now crosses the lane, gets it to OG. OG coming down the lane, flips it out to Mikal Bridges for three, and he's going to hit that. He was wide open. There was nobody there. It's a 1-point game. Great ball movement by the New York Knicks. That's what I would say that was. Now, meanwhile, Spurs come back. KJ is going to shoot a three. A very stupid, ill-advised, terrible shot. Misses it long. It bounces high. Knicks get the rebound. Terrible, stupid shot by Keldon Johnson. Leads to a layup at the other end, and now the Knicks have the lead. Really stupid shot. With a man in his face and plenty of time on the shot clock, Keldon Johnson gave up the lead to this game is what happened. Now here's Harper. He's trying to get by Shamet, and he will take a shot, but it's not a good one. He gets his own board, though. 5 on the shot clock. That should have been refreshed. I don't know why they didn't refresh it. I guess he missed. Oh, Vassell hits a 3, and I believe he's fouled. It's going to be a 4-point play. That was craziness there. Dude, what is this music? Vassell hits a 3, and he has Jalen jumping into him. And they're going to call that closing out foul that they often call. Although he jumps behind him. I don't know. I don't see how that's a closeout foul. That's a terrible call by Tony Brothers there. Even though it favors the Spurs, I got to tell you, that is just a terrible call. So Vassell's going to get a 4-point play, though. I'll take it. Why not? After KJ's idiotic mistake, Vassell will splash the free throw. It'll be... Dude, what am I doing? All these scores are wrong. It's 49-52 is the score right now. 3:08 to play. Here come the Knicks. Brunson charging down the lane, going all the way for the layup, blows by everybody. Does Jalen Brunson. What an incredible layup there by Jalen Brunson. Now it is 52-51, a 1-point game. Here comes Fox, gets it out to Vassell at the 3-point line. He drives down the lane, is no foul called. He goes up, swatted by Fox. Here comes Shamet the other way, but the Spurs are back. Jalen takes a 3, misses it. Again, ill-advised. Damn you, Steph Curry. Crazy threes. 2:34 to play, 19 on the shot clock. Spurs by 1. And a torrid, insane pace by these guys. Fox with the ball. Vic way up high. Gets it to Champagny. Champagny dribbles between the legs. Goes down the lane against Karl Anthony Towns. Steps inside. Gets it to Vassell, who'll shoot a 3. Fall down, no call. Misses the shot. Jalen Brunson coming the other way. Brunson making his way. Gets it to OG. OG driving on Vic. Tries to score around him. Vic blocks it. Vic blocks it. He's looking for the ball to be ours. There's a timeout or something happening, and I'm not sure what happened. It's a dead ball. When we get back, I don't know who's going to have the ball, but it looked to me like Vic blocked OG Anunoby right at the hole there, is what I think happened. Victor has 2 blocks. In this game. Vassell has 1. Fox has 1. Both teams shooting under 45%. And again, what's disappointing about this is that they're not hitting open shots. I wouldn't mind if these were defense-based misses, But neither team is making open shots. And when you're watching the finals, that's something it's like watching the World Series and seeing errors. And you say, yeah, but they play 162 games and then all the playoffs. And by the time they get there, their mental state is so worn down. But that's the whole point, isn't it? That the game is mental and the finals are mental. And your level of discipline and focus and so on has to be that high all the time if you want to be a champion. And for KJ just there, it was not. Terrible. And De'Aaron Fox simply has not found his rhythm. He cannot score. It's quite maddening. We are at a break with 2:07 to play. It is a 1-point game. Woo-wee. I am the Road Spur, and this is the first half of the second game of the NBA Finals between the Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs from San Antonio, Texas. Again, this game has turned into a lot of wild action. The Spurs started off with a sort of press defense that created some chaos. And then later in the quarter, they tried the hack-a-Mitch, where they hacked Mitchell Robinson because he's the worst free throw shooter. till he made 2 in a row. Then the refs got involved a couple of times here with Tony Brothers looking for a way out of his national shame. I hate the national narrative, by the way, so I'm really trying my best not to let that influence me as we watch this. It will be the Knicks' ball, down by 1, inbounding under their own basket with 15 on the shot clock. They get it to Jalen. Jalen in the corner, covered by Dylan. He dribbles. They're tightly on each other. He bumps him, gets to the paint, tries to push him around. He cannot. Stripped by Vic. Vic makes a steal. Beautiful steal by Victor as he tried to make the pass to Karl Anthony Towns. Brunson did. The ball was stolen. Fox comes the other way, gets it to Champagny for 3. He is short. It's not close. An ill-advised shot. 22 on the shot clock. Here comes Jalen Brunson at the logo. He bounce passes it to Karl Anthony Towns way outside, back to Brunson. Brunson directing Towns down low, directing traffic, puts it on the floor. Dylan Harper on him, gets it to Towns and then back. But no, come on. That was just another missed call. But they miss, the Knicks do, and the Spurs get the rebound. They get it to Vassell. Vassell to Vic. Vic back to Vassell. Oh, no, he throws it away. On the previous trip, they tried to steal the ball, and Karl Anthony Towns grabbed their arm, no call, and the Knicks got it back. Then they took a shot. I think it was Bridges, and they missed. And just now, the Spurs turned it over. So here come the Knicks with the side out. It's Brunson up high, covered by Harper. He gets it over to Karl Anthony Towns, covered by Champagny. Champagny is in his face. There's a call as they went around the screen. .109 to play, 1-point game. There's a call on the floor. I'm not sure what it is, obviously, because I can't listen to audio. So KJ entering the game. Dylan Harper will get rest before the half. Okay, they make a pass to Brunson going all the way down, but Vic is down there. He can't shoot. Vic's covering him in the paint. He takes a fadeaway from the free throw line, misses short. Fox gets the rebound. Here they come, 22 on the shot clock. KJ with the ball. Gets it to Fox. They're going to call an offensive foul on Keldon Johnson because he pushed off on Shamet. He's put his arms up. But come on, everything this guy's doing is bad right now. He's going down up on Jalen Brunson. He bumps into him. Brunson is standing still with his feet planted. They're going to call that a charge all day. KJ's blowing this game, friends. 50 seconds to play. 18 on the shot clock. Here come the Knicks. Brunson swooping around the outside. There's Vassell on him to Towns, covered by Wembanyama, way away from the basket. Wembanyama. They pass down low for the layup because there's nobody down there with Vic way away from the basket. That's Mikal Bridges making a little 4-footer. Fox coming fast the other way. They're trying to get 2 for 1. He'll flip it to KJ, who gets it to Vic. 14 on the shot clock. 13. Vic cross-court passes intercepted by Champagny. He tried to do that same thing where he thinks he can throw it all the way across, and Jalen just caught it. Just poor play by the Spurs to end the half. And the Knicks are ahead 53-52. They'll take a three-pointer from the corner. A set shot three-pointer. A set shot three-pointer. His feet were flat when he shot it. Karl Anthony Towns. 3 on the shot clock. 3 on the game clock. Fox is in the paint. He takes a shot. It's short. He misses another 6-footer. And the Knicks will lead at the half. Terrible half for the Spurs, the way they ended it. All right, I'm going to end the stream, but I'll start it again for the 2H. Thank you very much for joining me. Spurs down by 2. Or is it 4? Oh, I don't know. They're down, though.